How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing: always protect your profits. And today we're going to be taking a look at Lucid, and as well as for SOFI. We had some strength inside the market today after we got those CPI numbers. So let's take a look at the charts. So we can see for Lucid it closed at $18.22, being up 4.35%. On the low it tested $17.51, and then on the high testing $18.34. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 18.866 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 21.405 million shares. So we had below average volume on the day, and we also saw some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, the first thing that I want to bring to your attention, if you remember, we had quite the sell-off yesterday, but we were able to form a higher low. Even though we didn't have a higher high, getting to 1834 is still a good look. But the level that we want to see Lucid get to really confirm this reversal is at least to the 50 EMA at $19.03. But if it could reclaim the 9 EMA, which is at $18.53, that would be crucial. So keep an eye on that level in regards to 18.5. And if it gains that momentum, and if it's able to break above 19, then the next level you want to see break is around $19.73. Add that to your homework. As far as for the downside is concerned, you're going to want to keep an eye at this $17.50 level. If we end up breaking below that, not only do we change the pace in regards to having that higher low pattern continue, we end up breaking through, and then we could potentially visit all the way back down to $17. And if we break through $17, then we want to see if support's going to come in right here at $16.50. Right here it's at $16.46. So that is a level that you're going to want to watch. And if we break through that level, then you want to see if the bulls want to step in and buy up this stock when it's trading around $15.30. In my personal opinion, I do not see Lucid getting down to this $15 range, but if we do break through $17.50, that's where things get interesting, and you're going to want to see some strength at $17. So let's see how the stock performs going into tomorrow, but from what I saw today, it's definitely looking good. Let's see if that momentum can continue. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for Lucid. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent filings for the 9th, we have GWM Advisors LLC that purchased 14,890 shares, and we have Summit Trail Advisors LLC that purchased 17,986 shares. We have Nordea Investment Management AB that purchased 24,465 shares, and we have True Investment Capital LLC that purchased 1,100 shares, and Pro Equities Inc. that went in with calls. We have 0 for the values. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 67.21%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 6.34 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 350,000, updated 11 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 12.53%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 8th, it is at 42.93, and then for the close of the 9th being at 67.21. So that is a significant increase right there. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 20.99%, Lucid does continue to have short squeeze potential. As we take a look at the SOFI chart, it closed at $7.81, being up 5.68%. On the low, it tested $7.51, and then on the high, testing $7.95. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 51.591 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 51.492 million shares. So we had right around the average, and we saw some strength in the stock. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a daily chart, the first thing that I want to bring to your attention, not only were we able to pull off a green day, we had a higher low and as well as a higher high, and that is a bullish sign. So going into tomorrow, we want to see a continuation. So we ended up seeing a low at $7.51, so you want to see a higher low, maybe around $7.60 would be great. If we can hold above $7.60, which would be $7.60, of course, I'd want to see us being able to get to at least $8. We do know as far as for the levels we want to get to when we get to $8, we want to see a break above $8.51. If we end up having that break, then I want to see if SOFI could fill in this gap to the upside right here around $9.08, so $9.08 to be exact. So please add that to your notes. And if the momentum continues, then we could see SOFI potentially wanting to make a move going to $10. As far as for the downside is concerned, if we end up breaking through this higher low pattern, then I want to see us continuing to show support at the 9 EMA, which is at 747. I know that is not too far off from 751, but if we end up having a close below it and we close below the previous candle, that's where things could start looking bearish. We do know that SOFI has a gap that needs to be filled right here around $6.64, and we cannot ignore that, so make sure you add that to your notes as well. And if we pull back even further, then I'm expecting support to hold up right here around 630. I feel that the market would have to have quite the pullback for SOFI to be trading at $6. So let's see what SOFI does going into tomorrow, but from what I'm seeing so far, it's looking really good. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for SOFI. So scrolling down on the page, green rows indicate new positions, while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we take a look at the recent filings for the 9th, again, we have Pro Equities with a 0 value, but we have Swiss National Bank that purchased just over 1.39 million shares. That is very bullish. And then we have Coastal Investment Advisors that purchased 13,815 shares. We have Seacrest Wealth Management LLC that purchased 96,746 shares. Of course, the red represents closed positions. We also have GWM Advisors LLC that purchased 30,654 shares. We have Summit Trail Advisors LLC that purchased 260,313 shares, and that's about it for the 9th. Now, when we take a look at the short interest, the off-exchange short volume ratio is at 43%, and then for the off-exchange short volume, it is just over 9.62 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 10 million, updated 19 minutes ago, and then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 1.31%. When we take a look at the history of the short volume, we can see for the close of the 8th, it was at 33.83, and then for the close of the 9th, being at 43. So that is a significant increase right there, almost about 10%. And then when we take a look at the short interest percentage of the float being at 17.52%, SOFI does continue to have short squeeze potential. So that pretty much sums up the video for you guys today. And if you are trading both of these stocks, I highly suggest that you put IWM as well on your watch list. If we continue to see momentum in IWM, then we could see these stocks continuing to run up, especially for Lucid, since it did experience quite the sell-off. As far as for SOFI is concerned, it is seeing a good amount of momentum, and we want to see it getting to $8. It was just shy of that on the day, but I feel like it could break through it if we continue to see the market picking up overall as a whole. And if you enjoyed this video, and if you're new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe, and if you got a lot of value from it, make sure that you hit the like button as well. I'll be talking to you guys real soon.